The sun began to be darkened by day and the moon by night, while the ocean was tumultuous with spray.
When was that?
The year was 536 AD. The Chronicle of Zacharias of Mytilene suggested that was the worst year to be alive in recorded history. It did not stop Emperor Justinian from reclaiming the rest of the Roman Empire. Not immediately. As Justinian was reuniting the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Zacharias went on to describe a year without a summer. There were crop failures for the coming 3 years, even Mesopotamia experienced snow and ice in winter. To the north, Ireland saw bread shortages. To the far east, China saw snowfall in the summer. By 541, the crisis caught up with the resurgent Romans, and the Justinian plague ravaged the empire, wiping out about a third of its population. Unable to sustain its hold on the west, the empire would remain confined to Constantinopolis and the east. However, for all their horror, events like this are not black swans. They are very common in human history. In this case, the source of this darkness, which saw bodies that cast no midday shadow, was likely volcanic. Some chronicler did mention a faint cometary tale, but the analysis of ice cores suggests a volcanic event, possibly in Iceland. It would have been the coldest decade of the 2,300 years before it. In this context, the December 2023 eruption in Iceland, north of Grindavik, is worrisome.
If we prove to be so resilient, why worry about much smaller events like Grindavik?
Because we're less resilient than the ancients, or even the recent past. The Romans were weakened by their own expansion, which centralized too much of the economic activity. Our own society is even more centralized. Globalization concentrates manufacturing in the east, and farming in the west, so are very fragile to the disruptions caused by extreme events. Remember the 2010 eruption in Iceland of Ija something?
Eyjafjallajökull.
Yes, that one. It was relatively small, but it caused flight disruptions across 20 countries, stranding 10 million passengers. We're far more centralized than 20 years before, when Mount Pinatubo's eruption released 50 times more material in the atmosphere. Thank you for your 2 minutes. For a deeper dive on the dynamics of our planet and the keys to resilience, you may want to check out George's book, Planet A. See you in the next one.